with James Boyes. James joins us this hour in London. James, this is certainly an important trip for Japan. Japan rolling out the red carpet for Donald Trump. What do they hope to get out of the next several days?
Well, good morning, George. There's no doubt about it. I think that there are two main key areas that the Japanese and indeed the Americans are going to want to focus upon, and those are trade and national security, both of which Donald Trump touched upon briefly in his opening remarks there with business leaders from Japan and the United States. It's notable, of course, that Donald Trump was in full sales mode, advocating not only himself, his relationship with Japan, and the market prospects of the United States. But so far, from a Japanese point of view, of course, they are concerned, I think, that his greatest accomplishment in office is merely withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which had been negotiated by the Obama administration. Now, Trump, of course, is touting the idea of a new bilateral trade agreement, but so far I think those negotiations have not progressed as quickly as the White House would have liked. So that's one key area. The second, of course, is national security. I think the Japanese, of course, are concerned by the warming relationships that the Trump White House is advocating with North Korea, and the fact that those negotiations at this point seem to be stalling. So with 50,000 American troops, 40,000 dependents, and some other 5,000 American civilians working within the defense establishment in Japan, clearly you've got a very important national security relationship there, which the Japanese, I think, are going to want to be seen as being cementing further during Donald Trump's visit to the country.
And of U.S. allies, it could be said that Shinzo Abe, the prime minister there, has maintained a very close relationship with Donald Trump when we've seen other relationships with this president and other leaders become frayed or strained. Shinzo Abe putting a great deal of time and faith in this relationship, and keeping in mind President Trump values those personal relationships between leaders.
You're absolutely right. You know, if you were to sort of canvass the world and think, well, where else does Donald Trump enjoy such warm relations? It's difficult to find anybody at the moment who is on equal footing. Of course, Shinzo Abe is continuing in office. Here in the United Kingdom, of course, we're about to see a change in leadership. One wonders how that might change, for example, if, Boris Johnson was to become prime minister here. Might that develop into a new era of bonhomie between the United States and Great Britain? But certainly, I think Shinzo Abe has decided to invest greatly in terms of time and attention, lavishing praise upon Donald Trump. It can't have escaped world leaders that Donald Trump likes that kind of attention, and I think you've seen Japanese relationships with the United States benefit as a result. But of course, the great question is, to what end? What has that delivered to Japan at this point? And at this point in time, one must ask whether any actual benefits have come from this. Certainly there is a warming of relationships there, and we see Donald Trump making yet another visit there. But what tangible benefits have come from this at this point? And that, of course, is going to be the real telling issue in the remaining 18 months of Donald Trump's term in office.
You know, if history is a guide, looking back at how the French president also rolled out the red carpet for President Trump, focusing on the relationship. That relationship deteriorated. This president has shown that he is willing to go his own way despite those connections. So the question is, will this play out for Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, as he may want it to? James Boyes, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.